Hello and welcome to Courts Today by Live Law. Let's get to today's top legal updates. Supreme Court stays demolition of Thane Dargah for 7 days. Existence of gangs in prison with access to weapons doesn't reflect well. Delhi High Court criticizes jail authorities over inmates' death. Unsubstantiated sexual harassment allegation against husband or father-in-law amounts to mental cruelty. Madras High Court. Kerala High Court issues directions banning certain single-use plastics in hilly areas, public functions and weddings. Plea before Lucknow Court seeks FIR against Robert Vadra over remarks on Pahalgam terror attack. I'm your host Yashasvi Gupta with your daily roundup of legal updates from across the country. For detailed reading, you can always visit on www.livelaw.in. Please make sure to watch this video till the end and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel because the support means the world to us. The Supreme Court ordered a 7-day status quo on the demolition of an alleged illegal shrine in Thane, allowing the Pardeshi Baba Trust to seek a recall of the Bombay High Court's demolition order. The case involves a 23-year-old dispute over a structure that allegedly expanded from 160 square feet to over 17,610 square feet without municipal approvals on the private land of Thane, Maharashtra. The trust claimed the High Court overlooked the dismissal of a related civil suit in April 2025. The private landowner countered with claims of repeated encroachment. Observing procedural irregularities, the Supreme Court permitted the trust to file for recall application and stated that if the High Court refuses, the trust may reapproach. The court orally remarked that a detailed order would be uploaded. Until then, it ordered that there would be no further demolition for 7 days and left the question of whether the remaining construction was illegal undecided, urging the High Court to re-evaluate in light of the dismissed suit. The Delhi High Court criticized Tihar jail authorities for denying responsibility in the death of a robbery convict who succumbed to injuries sustained during a gang clash inside the prison in 2013. Just days before his release. Justice Harish Vaidyanathan Shankar emphasized that the state has a duty to ensure the safety of all individuals, including prisoners. The court noted that the presence of weapons among inmates and the occurrence of gang violence reflects poor administration of the jail. The High Court emphasized that as per jail manual and rules and repeated judicial rulings by various high courts and the apex court, prison authorities are duty bound to ensure the safety and protection of all inmates, including convicted prisoners. It also rejected the argument that the victim's involvement in the altercation absolves the jail from the responsibility. The court directed the Delhi State Legal Services Authority to assess compensation for the deceased family and took note of the no-fault liability scheme for compensation in cases of unnatural deaths in custody. The matter was accordingly disposed of. The Madras High Court granted divorce to a husband, ruling that unsubstantiated sexual allegations made by the wife against him and his father amounted to defamation and mental cruelty. The couple, married in 2015 with a son born in 2016, had a restrained relationship due to the wife's refusal to live with the husband's parents, verbal abuse and threats of suicide, which forced the husband to quit his job. The wife had also filed a sexual harassment complaint, later withdrawn, alleging misconduct by the husband and his father. The family court had dismissed the husband's divorce plea and allowed the wife's plea for restitution of conjugal rights. But the High Court reversed this, noting the wife failed to substantiate her allegations. The court found the husband's reluctance to reunite justified due to mental cruelty and differences between them, and dissolved the marriage, citing the breakdown of marital ties and failed mediation attempts. The Kerala High Court issued a series of directions banning the use and sale of single-use plastic across the state to protect the fundamental right of the public to have a safe and clean environment. The order was passed by the special bench constituted of Justice Bechu Kurian Thomas and Justice Gopinath P, which was monitoring the waste management in the state. The ban covers plastic items like cups, plates, straws, sachet and food containers in hilly tourist areas with high footfall, except 5-liter water and 2-liter soft drink bottles. The use of plastic bottles under 5 liter and plastic soft drink bottles of less than 2 liters, plastic straws, plastic plates, plastic cups, plastic cutlery is also prohibited in all the central or state government functions conducted within the state and at weddings, restaurants, hotels and auditoriums, etc. Licensing conditions for such venue will include compliance with the ban. The court directed the state to set up water kiosks in hilly regions and encourage tourists to carry reusable bottles. Authorities must prevent plastic dumping into water bodies and increase public awareness about the harm caused by plastic waste. These directions will take effect from October 2nd. A petition has been filed before the Magistrate Court in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh, seeking directions to register an FIR against Robert Vadra, husband of Congress MP Priyanka Gandhi, over his alleged remarks on the Pahalgam terror attack. The petitioner Kuldeep Tiwari, convener of the Hindu Front for Justice, claims Vadra held the entire Hindu society responsible for the said incident through various print and live news channels and social media. Despite earlier complaints to the police and top officials, no action was taken, prompting the petition. This petition has been filed after the Allahabad High Court dismissed a PIL seeking a special investigation team probe into the alleged remarks by Vadra. A bench of Justice Rajan Roy and Justice Om Prakash Shukla alleged the petitioner to avail alternative remedies. The PIL had alleged that Vadra's remarks incited fear among Hindus, invoking provisions of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita for the provocative speech.